Yes, sir. Welcome back to Redacted Show. I'm your host, Wafik, or Feek, with my co-host, my other host.
It's your co-host Dana Dane in the building. Episode 106.
I don't know.
106. But it's by 105, like, oh. You'll know the real answer when we post this episode. But going back to the episode, we got a special one for y'all today. We asked you guys to submit us some questions. We'll be getting into that later on in the show, on top of getting into some new watches for the year that we've been binging and following that we'll discuss today. But before we get into any of that, thank you guys for supporting us. We're still aiming for that subscriber count. So make sure you guys subscribe, share, listen to us on all listening platforms. We're on everything. We appreciate you guys' support and also the TikToks and IG Reels. A lot more coming for you guys. So make sure you guys continue to support the ones that we already did post
Mm-hmm.
and support the ones that we have coming for you guys later on in the weeks to come.
And if you look for any other ways to support, we always take donations. Like we always say, $5 a month. That's 17 cents a day. You can send it the redacted way. So go ahead. We got a link in the bio and everything to
Link in the
support the show.
bio. Link in the bio. As y'all are sending that money, we're gonna go ahead and get started with our first topic of the day. So, over the last couple weeks, Gen V has finished up season 2. If you have
Yep.
not seen that, first of all, you need to watch it. You need to stop bullshit and watch that. It's on Prime. And if you can't watch it on Prime, we're in 2025. There's other ways that will not be named on this channel that you can watch
You
other
could do it the
streaming
One Piece
services.
way. You could become a pirate.
But anywho, so this season takes place after the events of The Boys season 4,
Mm-hmm.
and also obviously after the events of season 5. But I think there's a time skip between that, clearly, because it's after those events. We see Kate, and I'm just gonna call him Baby Hulk because his powers are pretty much multiplied dementia. So him freeing Jordan, Lee, and Emma, all of them out of not Belle Reeve, but pretty much uh,
Yeah.
their
I was about to
institute.
the forest. I was about to
Yeah,
say Blackgate, but that's also that's also not this
pretty
universe.
much the parallel version to all those kind of asylums that they're keeping Supes in. And we're introduced to the main villain of the show, Cypher, which we are then revealed later is. I mean, go ahead,
I want to
go
call
ahead.
this. I know you're about to. I want to say we called this. We when you look back at that, I will plug in the clip somehow. I might not plug it in here, but I'll put it on a clip or something. But regardless, we called it. Spoilers. We called it that he was that the first cipher we met. I was like, this not him, bro. It can't be. I was like, it's not him. I said, whatever this person's powers is, and we even said we was like, he a ventriloquist, he controlling his mind, he's something. And
Yes,
lo and behold, we see in them last 2 episodes, it
because the
wasn't
last
him.
time we made an episode on Gen V was pretty much after those first, at
I think
least the
two.
first 3 episodes, if not the first half. Pretty much the point where we were introduced to Cypher's powers that they controlled Jordan in that fight they had with
Hmm.
um, Marie.
Yeah, it was
So a
right
lot
after
of
the episode when they
yeah,
see the my bad when you see the burnt body.
yes, that was crazy. But so our theory was like, okay, that might be times ago. We weren't sure, but that was one of the popular prevailing theories. Sure enough, it was. We also see in this show that we have basically Omega level mutants, Omega
Yeah,
level suits, and there's 2 of them right now, which is what Project Odessa was based on, trying to make it's like a I think in JV it's like a tie between Omega level mutants and like super soldiers or like super soups because soups are already they are
strong.
enhanced humans, but then you got super soups,
Yeah,
and
they
one of
were
those
pretty much
being
trying to make
Homelander.
Yeah, they were trying to make, like Adokin said, they were trying to make like God soups.
Yep.
But yeah, my bad, cut you
But we
off.
know one of them is Homelander, and the other is Marie Moreau. How would I say Marie Rambo? He was Captain Marvel. But so that's a very interesting topic because or interesting idea because now we pretty much have the the only thing that can stop Homelander because pretty much the whole entire show of the boys is how can we stop Homelander? He seemingly has like no weaknesses, not even really a kryptonite. Like how Superman, we know his main weakness
His
is
kryptonite
kryptonite.
milk.
Yeah, outside of breast milk, he ain't got no other weakness for real. And then just being a man child. But we know that with Marie, which is what Thomas Godokin was trying to do, since his body, so we know his power is like pretty much not mind control, but like kind of controlling others and like pretty much mind hopping, like hopping in someone
Hmm.
else's mind or body and then controlling them. So I guess with his body being physically impaired, he couldn't do that. He could only limitedly do that through Cipher and then do only others through Cipher. Like it wasn't strong. But with Marie now learning the ability, she can basically resurrect niggas back from the dead. The ultimate cheat code. Which when that happened, I was like, holy shit. Like when they introduced her sister, who pretty much has the power to predict the future, but
She's
is
like
still
she's like
kind of
clairvoyant.
unclear. Yeah, the power of clairvoyance. So that's another thing. We towards the end, well, pretty much at the end of the season, we see her kind of, Thomas Godokin pretty much training his body to either he's pretty much like either we're gonna make Marie do what we want to do, or I'm gonna get strong enough to control her.
Yeah, and then at the end of the day, he did to that point in that episode because you see him take over Marie at the very last second at the buzzer. He took over her body, and then you see Marie's sister like, oh, this was the timeline like I saw, and
Yeah.
then you go on to see what's his name, magnetism.
Oh yeah. Polarity.
Polarity, yeah. And then you see Polarity come in and kind of save the day too. One thing I didn't expect them to do, honestly, though, is kill Godokin. Um,
I
I
didn't
didn't think he was
expect
gonna
that
get.
either.
I didn't think he was gonna get killed like then. Like it happened so sudden. I said, "Oh!" And for a split second, I thought they were gonna kill him, and he was gonna be like, for some magic way, he's gonna be like, "Nah, I'm fully immersed in Marie's body. Like I can't go nowhere."
Yeah,
For a
that would have been
split
insane.
for a split second, I thought they were about to say some crazy shit like that. But yeah, we do see Godokin go away, and then kind of the way the series ends off is one, they're looking for they kind of wanted to go back to Juan Carlos Esposito's character, but then Starlight shows up and A Train. That
Yeah,
was a surprise
A
too
Train
when A
showing up kind
Train
of shocked me,
showed
but
up.
I'm not text you this. I'm glad we still have A Train. Like A
Yeah,
Train started out as a dickhead, but through his character
boy.
development, I really fucking with dude. Like his character arc is one of my favorites in the show, and I'm glad to see him still being alive. Like I thought we lost him when he had that second heart attack after that uh Hero Gasm
Oh
episode.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's one thing I am kind of I guess going a little bit to like the future of the show. Well, not really the show, future of the series with the boys and Gen V. I want to see how these groups are going to interact because, well, we know Butcher's obviously not with MM and all them anymore, but I want to see how MM reacts to like having children soldiers now. Because
Yeah,
even though they in college, they all like what 19, 20 in
yeah,
that
like
universe. So
underclassmen pretty
I know
much.
that he about to be stressed as hell when A Train them pull up. I know MM is about to be like, "What the hell are y'all got going on
Yeah,
right now?" So I'm interested to see how that kind of how that works, that dynamic between all of them.
Yeah. No, me too. I just that's gonna be funny, and just also them knowing like, cause you know how they are with suits, like they know they need to work with them, but their mindset is like pretty much all suits are guilty until proven innocent. Like
Yeah.
ain't no good suit for real. So just knowing that they pretty much have this uh heavy now that they have against Homelander, because at first they thought it was the virus, it didn't work. Even before that, if they thought, what else did they think could take out Homelander? Like, oh, killing
Butcher,
Butcher, and then
Butcher taking that V.
Butcher taking a V, and Huey, and Soldier Boy, because they tried to
Oh,
use Soldier Boy against him. Before that, it was the first, pretty much his first kind of like the first lady that was giving him that breast milk and kind of like pampering him
oh
and all that,
yeah, I
and they
forgot her
tried to kill
name.
her. And even after that, if they thought it was what's her name,
May.
the Nazi
Oh, Stormfront.
Stormfront. They thought it was Stormfront, like because if
And
they
then
take her out, then he's done.
they realized she was a super Nazi. Boy, even Homelander was like, "What the fuck?" If you make Homelander be like, "What the fuck?" You know you crazy.
You know you know you crazy if he got you doing the ick. So at
But
this
yeah, they're
point,
like over what over 5.
well, because it's almost like when like that scene of the Demon Slayer movie when they thought they took out a Kaiser and they thought they had him, but then he just molds his body or his mind. Something breaks in his mind to where like, no, this isn't happening today.
Yeah.
Like this is not my end. So that's pretty much been happening each end after end, which is why Homelander is one of the most infuriating villains because he just cannot go away, and you can't really do anything to him. But now we have Marie, so
You know what? I just thought of something.
was that
Since Marie can rewrite DNA and everything, well, I don't know if she could fully rewrite DNA. We know she could bring people back from the dead and fix their blood. I'm gonna say she can rewrite DNA. Since we know she can heal people, obviously, that's the easiest way to say it. Since we know Marie can heal people, do you think if Butcher gets winds of this, he's gonna force her to heal him?
I there's a definitely chance. I think that's a very good theory. I think so, but then it's a matter of like, because you know he has that devil on his shoulder, Homeboy's character.
Yeah.
So it's like it's a matter of how much does he influence? Because he's already full tentacles, no pun intended, full tentacles in his mind. Like,
Mm-hmm.
how much is he gonna influence him? Like, no, you don't need healing. Like, she's actually going to hurt you. Like, you're
You
fine.
you don't need no healing, bro.
You know what
Keep
I
going.
mean? You ain't gonna heal, nigga. So it's like I think where I do agree, like he might try to get her to heal him. Something that pretty much that devil on his shoulder.
Might stop him from doing it.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say Negan, Lucille.
Negan
I got
from
Lucille and I got leather jacket.
Jeffrey Dean. I'm like, there we go. Jeffrey Dean Morgan's character. If he is he's obviously he's the one convincing him, which we also called or we had an idea. I'm like,
We
you
called that
called it
one
because you
too.
was like, I was one of the people. I was like, oh, maybe he's real or something. But then you brought up like, no one else is interacting with him. Like,
I'm
no
like,
one
no. I'm like,
acknowledges
every
him.
time he's speaking, nobody like is acknowledging this nigga exists in the room, bro. I said either they don't give a fuck about him or he's not real.
And sure enough,
I
but
said
all in
we're
all,
2 for 2 with theories, like real theories, not just inference.
yeah.
Like, okay,
So
hey, if she heals Butcher, we're 3 for 3.
at this point,
At this point, put us in a room.
put us in the room, coach. But all in all, we're excited for the final season of The Boys, but there's still gonna be Boys media coming. Like we already got news that there's gonna be that pretty much Soldier Boy uh
Like
Boys
prequel of the
prequel show, kind
boys.
of showing
Yeah,
that team, and even like the younger Thomas Godokin, or pretty much before the accident, and then kind of working on that in that the first early stages of Project Odessa. And I think there's supposed to be like a Boys Mexico or something like that.
they did. I haven't heard nothing else about it, but I know they announced it like last year or year before last. So
Yeah.
I
So
haven't
even
heard nothing
though
else about it.
we're getting the final season of The Boys is not ending, because I even still with that I can see them making like one more season of Gen V as like a Boys epilogue, or like we still got to finish
Yeah,
up these characters, unless they kind of tie everything up
with
with
that last season.
that last season with the Gen V characters and the boys. But we'll see. All in all, it's gonna be some shit.
Boy,
It's gonna be some shit. Another so kind of transitioning into no another show that recently just came out as of last week. We have the It Welcome to Derry series. Feet, you're caught up. I mean, there's only 2 episodes out right now. I just seen the first episode today. Man,
man,
that is so. Kind of some context of the show. This series takes place prior to the events of the original, or the first Stephen King It and It Chapter 2 storylines,
movies.
and kind of just gives the origins of Pennywise the clown in that history with him, and I think also kind of ties into the beginning, early workings of Stephen King's universe, because I'm sure a lot of these stories are kind of tied in together in some way, shape, or form in terms of like a shared universe,
Yeah,
but more so focusing on the It storyline. So with that being said, we get introduced to Maddie sneaking into the theater, being
man,
shit, and then he's just a kid, broken home, prime Pennywise material to harp on. Then
that boy Pennywise found a golden scar. He said an
what?
abandoned child. He said this too easy.
Too easy. So we get that. We kind of get introduced to a lot of the characters. So we see the black girl who also works at the theater. We get
Yeah, her
introduced to
name
the
is
kids. At least I'm thinking this is like the new kind of Derry Scooby Doo game. They're trying to find their friend, and we get to the end of episode 1, and man, they pulled like some Game of Thrones shit where nobody's safe.
yeah, because like Dana said, we see the spoilers for
Yeah.
the pilot episode
Yeah.
going forward. We see this first cast, and there's a reason I'm saying first cast of kids. So, um, the black girl, her name is Ronnie. She's one of the main characters. The other girl is Lily. I think. Let me
Yeah.
check real quick. Yeah, Lily is Lily is another character who we learn later on in the series, who's been to a mental institution, I guess mental hospital, because her father died before. But yeah, so we're introduced to this original cast of kids. It's about 5 of them, and they go to the movie theater because they're trying to figure out where Maddie is, because Lily has this like vision. Obviously, if you've seen it, you know it's Pennywise messing with her, and that Maddie is trapped in like the sewers or in the pipelines or something. Then from there, they pretty much they go talk to Ronnie. They figure
Mm-hmm.
out that, oh, Lily says a song that's in this movie, and Ronnie remembers the movie, so they go to the movie theater since Ronnie works there with her dad. They put on the movie, and then through the screening of the movie, they see Maddie appear in the cast, and then from there, when I tell you all hell
All
breaks
hell
loose,
breaks
there
loose.
is a giant baby with bat wings and 2 heads that erupts from the ground. And you originally see this creature at the very beginning of the show, but in my mind, I'm like, this is not about to come back. This is just one of Pennywise's like forms he takes real quick. No,
Mm-hmm.
that thing showed back up, and It killed everybody. It killed everybody but Ronnie and Lily. And I was 100% sure these kids they showed before was the main cast. And then Buddy got ripped in half in the air. I
Yo, when
legit
I see,
screamed.
well, when I see, I'm like, there's no way. I'm trying to. First of all, this is a tangent.
Yeah.
HBO Max, y'all need to fix y'all's playback buttons. Y'all need to fix that shit. Cause why am I trying to go back and I'm at the fucking beginning of the fucking episode?
Bro, you gotta like hold that bitch or like barely tap it. It's
And
weird.
I'm like,
It never works
why
right.
am I fucking? They need to fix that. But anywho, when I seen that shit, I had to like go back and be like, there's no way this actually happened. Like, there's no way these kids. I was like, oh shit.
Bro, when it got first off, it killed all of them. I was legit like yelling. I said, "What the? I said, what's going on?" And then it went to the little girl who she was reaching her hand out,
Yeah,
and the other girl was grabbing. Did you see the fucking head just? I
yeah.
said,
The
"Bro, I
mutated baby,
froze. I froze."
man.
And then, all in all, you see after the aftermath, they go out. Ronnie and Lily, they're distraught, and then because Ronnie, the way it happens, Ronnie's in the projector room.
Yes.
So she sees what's going on, but she don't know like everybody dead yet. And then she like, bro, like what the fuck happened? And you just see Lily holding a hand. I said, yo. Then episode ended. I tell you, that's one of the craziest pilot episodes I've seen in a long time. Like a very, very long time.
Man, that's and speaking of pilot, so that also it's kind of like a also ties into so one of the other characters we meet is Leroy Hanlon, who is the great grandfather of Mike Hanlon, who is one of the main characters
First movie.
in the main present day it storyline.
I
So
had to
we're
check that
seeing
earlier today.
him kind of come to Derry and pretty much how he's tied to this character because we know Mike in the original cast, he's like the lore keeper of the lore in the group. Like he pretty much knows his history because his family's been here for years. Also,
Forever.
side note, when when he went to the Air Force Base and homeboy didn't want to nap or didn't want to respect
Oh,
him,
the white guy.
yeah,
Oh
it's like
man.
we are in the '60s.
Yeah. Oh, bro.
I'm
You
ready
see
for
it,
them
bro.
to say some hard R
The
shit. I'm
second
ready.
episode, you bro, they are that racism. They racist, boy. I was waiting for it too because I was like, I said we in this all white town in the
I say we in
'60s,
fucking Maine. We're in all white town. Ain't no niggas here.
boy. And you find that out quick. I am kind of glad that they do show like, yeah, this ain't just some happy go lucky show. No, the people's racist, boy. Like it's still some reality in this TV show.
Yeah,
But
which
yeah.
kind of ties. So we know that not only Pennywise, he feeds not only just on children, but he feeds on fear, which he gets mainly from children because they're the
Hmm.
easiest targets to scare. You're not really scared as an adult, except for Bills. That's just scary as fuck. But like, so that's why I think during this season we see how he takes the form of a clown because they're able to either kids really love him or hate him. They're easy to draw kids in, and then you get a scene like from It Chapter 2 where boom, busting through the busting through the mirror, trick house mirror, eating a kid in half, nigga. That
Boy.
was like one of the most like traumatic. That and do you remember the first It movie where they was in the garage and they was showing that like not Stamos, but they were showing like a movie or a video or like a
Hmm.
series of cameras. Yeah, and it was someone's mom, and then it was like the hair kind of going in, and then it kept going, and they're trying to stop it, but it
Oh,
kept going, and it's showing like Pennywise's face smiling,
yeah, yeah.
and then it busts through there, nigga. I saw that movie in the theaters. When I tell you, my soul jumped through my ass, and that nigga popped out the screen, man. But all in all, This is a good show. This is a nice kind of Halloween fall show to watch if you're looking for someone to watch it with. Someone to hold you tight at night. Me, I don't have that, but but I just gotta stay strong. But
Just gotta stay strong, man. The temperature is going down, man.
it
Temperature
does
going
get cold
down.
at night.
It's that season, boy. Oh man.
But this is a good show. If y'all have I was about to say Hulu or HBO
Prime.
Max,
Oh,
and
Max. I'm
yeah.
tweaking.
If y'all have HBO Max, make sure y'all tune into this show. It's very good. I think it's 10 episodes, and
Yeah.
this show kind of is broken up into eras. So it's like right now, or not eras, but like time frames. So right now it is like in the 60s. I think and later on in the season is going to kind of take place in the 30s, early. They kind of backtrack to the origins of
Mm.
it in this demonic character in this force and how it landed and formed in Derry.
Derry.
And we also learn how pretty much like it is Derry. Like it is at least part of the town. Because if you remember in the second movie, when the Losers Club finally takes pretty much roasts it to death
When they roast him like at the lunch
and
table.
he perishes, like a part of the city fade or is destroyed too. Because that was his town.
Yeah. And the last little bit I'll add is, and it's very quick, the acting in here is very, very good. I'll say the way these kids are acting, yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
I'm impressed. I'm tuned in.
It's always good to see like refreshing kid actors or just like
Yeah.
they're actually believable. Like
Yeah.
you can
Not
feel
like
like they're kids.
I
Or like they're
forgot,
just in
buddy.
the role.
I remember that boy from Black Adam.
Oh
I just remember us watching that hoe, and we was both like, "Nah, bro,
nah.
get him off the screen."
I don't believe you. Cause I'm like, there's no way all this shit going on, and either you just cool or you just doing all this shit. I'm like, bro, sit your ass down somewhere. But anywho,
Oh man.
so moving on, another new anime that's been coming out this year. We have the final season of My Hero Academia. I have not seen the latest episode. Well, I'm pretty
Mhm.
much up to a point where obviously spoilers for My Hero. If you ain't been watching up to here, I don't know what to tell you. But when Bakugo came back to life
Yeah.
or was resurrected, and then even before that, when All Might and All for One were fighting, and it got to a point where All Might was gonna die.
All Might was getting ripped in
Third
half,
Night Eye
boy.
was about to, his vision was about to
It-
come to fruition because he was about to die a gruesome death. And I don't even know if I was ready to watch that. I was damn near looking like everybody else watching the fucking TV like, please, something happened. There's no way they're about to show this shit right now.
yeah.
And sure enough, that
See
nigga
that boy,
Bakugo.
that dog, that
Literally.
dog.
Also, side note, how long is Deku and Shigaraki gonna be holding each other? They've been holding each other for like the last 20 episodes.
They should be fighting. They should be boxing more this past. I didn't watch this past episode, but I saw like a few like images from it. So I think they're about to do their. Well, yeah, no, they're about to do their fight. Because once their fight is done, I mean, it's over.
So right now we got Bakugo versus All for One. All for One's like, get this little ass roach off my screen. I'm not trying to deal with you. I'm trying to fuse to Shigaraki because once they fuse, it's game over. Like he's gonna
Yeah,
give him all his quirks. Cause what was happening?
he's
Shigaraki like
Shigaraki is fighting Deku, but when All for One got in range to warp, Shigaraki pretty much locked in. Was like, bro, get away from me. He was like, look, I'm in control, bro. Don't ever. He like, don't try to touch me. And so All for One was like, damn. Now All for One has to really like go up next to him to like
And
fuse. He
make sure
can't just
he's
warp him to him.
touchable.
Yeah. So that's happened, but then All for One's also he used a rewind quirk. So he had this one quirk stored up for like last ditch effort that he's never used because it rewinds the user every time they get hurt.
Mm,
So that's what he has going on right now. So he has like he pretty much has a time limit to get to Shigaraki, or he's just gonna rewind to nothing.
yeah,
And lo and behold, the worst matchup he could probably get
is
brought himself back by
by yeah.
exploding his blood inside his own body.
That's what I'm like, because I'm thinking, oh shit, like he got uh one for all too, but no, he's just combusting his blood, which is making him moving so fast. Basically, have light speed, damn near. And he's got none to lose. You see it in his
At all.
eyes. He's like, I came back, basically came back from the dead. Like, I'm not supposed to be here right now. And I'm probably not going to make it after this fight. So, if I can do something All Might couldn't do while I'm still on this earth, while I'm still breathing, nigga, you got to get through me. You got to see me.
Literally, that's his whole mentality.
So, I'm definitely excited for that fight. It's been pretty much just good animation and good kind of fight scenes, storytelling. I mean, there ain't much rich storytelling you can do with this when you're in the final war arc,
Yeah,
but just animation and fight scenes has been clean. I can't complain.
and you know what's the best about this? You don't gotta wait another 2 years for the next piece of the story. I'm talking to you, Demon Slayer.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
next movie being like in 2027 is egregious, but that's neither here nor there. Speaking of more anime, we also have One Punch Man, which is the latest season coming out just now. These first two episodes have been a lot of uh, story building and like
hmm
kind of recontextualization of where we're at right now. We got the Monsters Association, Heroes Association kind of sitting on their ass, which is what they've always been doing since the start of the show. But sit on their ass like, well, we got these monsters, but we got these select few heroes. We can't really send all of them, but we're trying our best to put a stop to the monsters. Like they're just so powerful, and like all the other heroes are so busy. And one of them niggas turned up on him. It's like y'all ain't doing shit, honestly. And
yeah,
then we're also following Garu, who's pretty much getting initiated in the Monsters Association. Right now, he's trying
bad.
to
He
prove
getting
that
jumped
he's
in.
already a monster. Pretty much, he already got that dog in it without taking that dog bug or dog gene. So right now, at least where I stopped at, he's fighting two monsters or about to fight two monsters. I think higher ranking like demon level or dragon level threat monsters,
Okay,
and kind of put them to work. So I haven't seen that fight yet, but
I was gonna
hopefully
say you're
that's when
ahead of me.
action starts happening. But yeah, I like Garo's character because he's like he's one of those people that believes what he's doing is right, while also having an influence on others. Hence, we see that kid, that ugly ass butt chin kid, who sees him
Yeah,
as like a hero. But
the superhero kid.
yeah, and he genuinely, at least there's a sense of like he cares for him because he's like, hey, look, kid, like, so shit's about to go down. You need to go home
hmm
because otherwise he just would have been like, I don't
In the
care if
way.
I don't care if you die or not. So that's happening. I'm ready for Saitama to start turning up, which we know don't really happen until like midway in the season. So we're
Yeah, it gotta be a one off. It gotta be a one off or Movement Rider get punched.
yeah. Oh yeah. So we're seeing pretty much Typhoon's sister recruit him to his side, but Saitama could not be bothered. But So that's kind of going on, at least in the show. But I think it's at the verse now where it's going to start turning up.
Mm-hmm.
But there have been some concerns on the animation. You know, a lot of moving panels and different things like that. But I think
I'll
they're gonna
say,
lock in these next few episodes.
yeah, I think they'll lock in. I will say though, it kind of. I had one I forgot this was even coming out because I remember they announced it like that one random. It was like a random day. There was like season, whatever season we on, new season incoming. Everybody's like, "What the hell?" And then they didn't say nothing else about the season until like a week before it started.
Yeah.
And so even people then was like, "Y'all announced this season's coming out this year, and y'all haven't said nothing else. What's going on?"
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm gonna tune back in. I've only seen I think the first two episodes. So I'll probably
Yeah.
binge it all at once.
Yeah, I think I'm like 2 episodes behind probably, so I gotta close those out. But if y'all still want us to continue talking about this, we'll probably come back when the season's over and kind of give our thoughts on that. And then going back, staying in the anime realm, there was a movie
Oh man, I was
that
waiting. I
we
was
got
waiting to
to
talk about
see
this.
pretty early, but it's out now in theaters. If you haven't seen it, the Demon Slayer Reze arc.
No, you said that all wrong.
Oh, not
You
Demon
said
Slayer.
Demon Slayer. the
Chainsaw
movie,
Man.
the movie we saw is we saw the Chainsaw Man movie, the Reze
Reze
arc.
arc. Chainsaw Man. Yes. My
Yes,
apologies.
all
But
good. I couldn't let you keep going. I couldn't let you keep going. I had to save you. I had to save you.
we
But
did see
yes,
that with
yes,
Sage and
sir.
Friends.
Yeah. So we saw
Um,
that movie before it aired. And pretty much that movie takes place immediately after the events of the latest season of Chainsaw Man, and it covers non spoiler right now. It covers an arc where Denji meets a character called Reze, and pretty much it shows their story arc throughout. I know I'm being very vague. It's because once I say one word, it's like all spoiled. So, but yes, I would say just in general, this is some of the best animation I've seen in a minute. Also the story itself. So I've read Chainsaw Man. I would say the way they did this story, animation wise, just dialogue wise, was very good. It hit a lot harder watching it than it did reading. Like reading it was very good, but watching it, I said, "Oh man, my chest is kind of tight right now." Like it's a few scenes in there. I said,
yeah,
"Damn."
and just as an anime only, kind of watching that, I was just like, if we get into spoilers, please.
Yeah, let's get to it. Spoilers.
But the moment they're at the hill, first of all, I knew something was off when they were at the abandoned school,
Uh huh.
and the homeboy that made that deal with, I guess a fiend or
The
whatever,
typhoon.
the
Yeah, Typhoon Devil.
typhoon devil, tried to gang up on Rize and basically knocked him out on some Black Widow type shit. And
No,
then
she
when
didn't
the
knock him out.
typh
She didn't knock him out. She killed
yeah,
that nigga.
killed him, my apologies,
Yeah,
splatted him. Even the typhoon devil was like, "Oh shit, my bad." Then he said, "Lord." I was like, "Hold on,
yeah, because he
what
didn't know
is
she
going
was
on?"
there.
he was like, "My bad, Big Blood. If I knew you would have, I wouldn't even done. I wouldn't even done shit."
Yeah, and to go, I'm gonna jump around with scenes real fast. For that scene, I really enjoyed because looking at the panels, like they showed the eye twitch, like you see the eye twitch part. Seeing it like live animation wise, like fluid, was just so I don't know. It was like it was almost distressing in the sense because you find out later on Reze she's a child soldier. That's what she is. She's a child soldier from can I say the country Russia? She's a child soldier, but she's a child soldier. She's been raised as a soldier whole life. So her she was
He was
like
raised in the red room.
yeah she was raised in the red room. She was raised in the devil room, but she pretty much only knows being a soldier and all this stuff. So even her putting on this act, it was kind of I guess you could say sobering
Yeah.
for her in a sense. And you see that with how she react to old dude like charging up to kill her. Because I take the first part of her running away in two ways. One way is like she was running away so she could go kill him somewhere off and Denji not see it. The other thing I can view it as too, which I kind of see also, is she could have been running away but making all that noise to see, almost as a last ditch effort of like, if Denji comes save me, I don't have to kill this guy. Like he could do it and I could kind of still be not not be a soldier, but I can maybe like turn this switch off maybe.
Right.
But we see that don't happen, and you see her coming back to that reality. That's why her eye twitch, and she like, I low key, she like, even though I am on this mission, I've been kind of having like a good time, but now I got to get back in soldier mode. She just straight no country for old men. That nigga like
Nigga. No
so
kidding.
yeah, so that was insane. But then back to the hill, I would really just wanted to see y'all. That's one part I was like, I'm waiting to see their reaction when she bite this nigga tongue off, boy. I
That's the
needed
one
to.
thing when they're just waiting for us to see the trauma that they had to go through. So they're like, finally, I will have some members in this club of trauma. But bro, that's like that's like some Final Destination fear unlock, like nightmare fuel. You're in this romantic setting. You were with your girl, seeing the fireworks go off, kiss, and then boom, mouthful of blood, tongue bit off.
Tongue.
I'm
And it
like,
wasn't like it wasn't the tip of it wasn't the tip of the
nigga,
tongue.
it was
Now that
half
whole
the shit.
it was bam.
Because then when I heard that crunch, I'm sure I don't know how it was automatopoeia in the panels, but when I heard that crunch and that pool of blood, I was like, yikes. I was like, yeah, new nightmare fuel unlocked. You were a bad bitch, and then she had to be a fucking demon. Oh man! But we're then revealed that she's the bomb devil, which obviously everyone's scared of bombs, especially in Japan. No need to. There's no reason to say why, but obviously she's gonna be pretty powerful. So yeah, I don't know why you laughing like that. Shit ain't funny.
I ain't laugh about nothing, bro. But yeah. So we see we see that she's the bomb devil, which I mean, you could kind of guess it from the trailers, but at the same time, it's always that thought in the back of your head, like, nah, it ain't gonna be the girl we just met in the movie. So yeah,
Well,
we
that's
see she's
crazy
the
because
bomb.
I didn't even see a trailer for this movie. I just remember you because you told me about the show, and I'm like, oh shit, yeah, there is supposed to be a movie, but I didn't take no initiative or like if I did see a trailer, it was months ago, so I forgot about it by the time I see the movie. Then it's in that review how I'm like, oh shit, boy, she was moving on straight demon. Once her sequel was out, she was like, yeah, time to
Boy,
murk niggas, and did
that's
she
when
murk niggas?
bro, when she first pulled up to that site, whatever site it was for the devil hunters
Mm-hmm.
association, whatever they called, I was waiting to see how they did that. Cause I remember reading it, bro. When she pulled up on them in the manga, I said, she about to kill all these niggas. You know what she did? She
Yeah.
murked. Boy, when she threw her head,
Yes, I was like,
they put the
bro.
virus in her and she fucking kicked her head, and that bitch blew up the fucking building. Yeah,
Before we
that's it.
get more into the action, how did you feel about like that first kind of part of it? Because I had a friend that pretty much told me he pretty much thought the movie sucked because the first part was like a pretty much a
Romance.
slice of life kind of anime, like slow, and just not really a lot of action on. So I'm like, how did you feel about that kind of pacing, and then it switching on a dime like that?
Yeah. I enjoyed it. I mean, I like Chainsaw Man, but I feel like genuinely if I went into this movie blind with only being like no reading or no nothing, I think I still would have liked it because one, it helps you have a connection with the character itself. Because if she just showed up and they went on one date and they started boxing, I would be like, I really don't care that she bit this
Exactly.
nigga tongue off. Like I'm not gonna like at the end of the day, like obviously at the end we've been talking about spoilers, but when Makima kills her, I would have been like, bro, I don't feel nothing, bro. I really didn't care that she was here this whole time.
It
But
wouldn't
you
hit
get to
as
see,
hard.
yeah. So you going to see like one, they're building a connection, and then the thing about Chainsaw Man is it's a the what I get out of Chainsaw Man. I don't know the. I can't say this is what it is. What I get out of Chainsaw Man a lot of times is when it comes to Denji, he is one. He grew up in such a like perverse state and mentality that, and he kind of says it later on in the movie. He's like, every girl I meet tries to kill me at the end of the day, and it's really because he's never like in easiest terms, he's never been loved for real. It's like so when people do show affection to him, he's like what's going on? That's why he's so like confused with a lot of things, and he's able to get manipulated. And you see that time and time again. He's able to get manipulated so easily because when people do show affection, he's like, oh, I guess this is real, so I'm gonna trust him. And so, I almost said a spoiler, but yeah, so I said a spoiler for the series. But yeah, you get to see like how easily he is manipulated, and it kind of works to me with the beginning because even though near the end you see Reza, she does have genuine feelings for him near the end, but that beginning part, it was that manipulation aspect to the film. So I enjoyed it because I mean the scenes itself made the ending just hit harder. Like when I read it, I didn't feel as bad that she got like slatted. But after watching the movie, when I already knew she was about to get slatted when she was going down that alley. But I was like, please just change. I said, just change it. I said, just change it, please. I said, just change the outcome. Then that spear came down. I said, fuck. Like my chest was tight, boy. My chest was tightened up.
Yeah, I agree with everything you're saying. To kind of sum it up, it was intentional pacing. Like, yes, it wasn't quick, but to your point, if it would have just if any of that was kind of shortened or any of those moments were like not put in, it wouldn't have had us grow to like their connection. It wouldn't have hurt as bad for the audience, for the viewer's sake, because you're like, man, like Denji can never catch a break.
Never catch a
He
break,
can never
bro.
catch a break. Like you think he finally finds happiness, and sure enough, this woman tries to kill him.
And then and I feel like it connects to like what could be somebody's actual reality. Not obviously not the killing part, but like you can go through a lot of like, oh, I was randomly out one day, I met somebody, or I just got this new opportunity just off a whim. Like I didn't really like it, just happened. But then as you go through pieces of it, it's a good high, and then you may get hit with like some type of new blockade, which is like her being the bomb devil, being like, okay, I'm just here to take your heart. It could be, oh, I got a new job, all this other stuff's going well, then something extreme happens, and now you got to change like your whole routine with stuff. So I think it was a good storytelling in that aspect.
Yeah, but like you said, to your point. Also, before I even get into that, shout out my nigga Beam. Shout out
That
to
boy
that
Beam.
Beam. That I've never, I didn't, I. That is now my new favorite demon. I keep wanting to say Demon Slayer, Chainsaw Man character. Shout out my nigga Beam. Hey, that is a real ride or die. Like he don't give a fuck about nothing. He's like, hey, you want to do this? I make this is really what I meant. But hey, if you want to go ahead and do this shit, hell, fuck
Chainsaw Sama.
it.
Boy,
Bro, that
Beam is
scene with him and
top two
with
character.
Denji and Beam going up against Typhoon and Reze, man, that's like some. Mappa was in a bag with that shit.
Boy,
They was in a bag with that. Surfing the Typhoon, taking out the fucking Typhoon Devil. Then for Beam to be well, first of all, Reze is a obviously she fucking was raised in the. I'm gonna keep saying it as a joke. She grew up in the red room pretty much, but she was boxing.
boy, when she hit that JoJo's combo on that nigga Beam, she said, "Ooh, ooh, 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 ooh." Oh, I said,
Oh my god!
Then she hit that nigga with that drop kick
Dude, it's
of
like
a
I know
missile
these
leg.
demons are like a little more, well, not a little, like more durable than humans. So like he's gonna be all right. But I'm like, fuck, I know that he felt that shit, man. But that was a great movie. If you have not, first of all, if you have not seen that movie and you're still listening, you're crazy. But if you
I would say watch it.
haven't seen the movie, go watch it. Come back and join us in this conversation. But
Yeah, I'll have a quick hot take. That is one of the best movies of this year, regardless of medium.
mm,
And I'll say that confidently. That's one of the best movies of this year that dropped.
interesting. That is a that is a hot take, especially with the movies that have came out this
That was, yeah.
year. But with that being said, so we're gonna go ahead and get into y'all submissions to the show. So we're gonna go back and forth, taking turns. Well, before we do that, excuse me, sorry, pardon my manners. We do have a few like a little redacted, not a lot, but just some. So the first one, Transformers and GI Joe adult animated crossover TV show is reportedly in the works,
Ah!
based on Robert Kirkman's Energon Universe comic series. Will be adult focused in the vein of the gritty Invincible series. Do we like, love, or redact this? So Feek has temporarily, oh, he's back now. But we know who loves this. Both of us. I love this too. This is gonna be some good. This is gonna be some good TV. I can, if Robert Kirkman
Bro,
is, well, first of all, if it's based on his work, I can see this being like a prime series. This
yeah,
is gonna
because
be
the author is Daniel. Well, the not the author, the writer is Daniel Warren Johnson.
mm,
So he does most of the writing and everything for it. But yeah, they do want it in that Kirkman lane. And as soon as they said it's following this story, do y'all know what heat is in this? You know what this nigga Optimus be doing to these Decepticons? Do you know what these Decepticons be doing to Autobots and humans? Hold on. Let me find this panel,
they
bro.
slaughtered Ratchet.
Look at what Starscream did to a human.
Dog,
He in here they in here crunching them. They in here slatting.
like a
This ain't
marshmallow.
this ain't your G1 Transformers. This ain't that G. I love G1. This ain't G1. This grown folk Transformers. They in here boxing for real. But yeah, all right. We love it.
We love it. I'm excited for it. Next, so Jujutsu Kaisen Execution. The Jujutsu Kaisen movie will be released in IMAX theaters December 3rd of this year. Pretty much the, I guess, transition movie, which is going to kind of re-show the last few episodes of the Shibuya incident and kind of
Yeah,
also tying into the Culling Games arc.
correct.
So do we like, love, or redact this? I like. I mean, it's more so like love. Like I'm not bad at this, honestly. Like it's gonna
Yeah,
be
I'm
some
not
heat.
mad at it.
Studio Mappa's gonna do their thing. Good way to end the year off with some good anime. Like I'm not complaining. So I like this.
Yeah, I'll say like I just don't want them to go down the path when they get to a certain point in the series to do movies. Just let it be week to week. There's only one thing I would want them to, if they had to do a movie, is maybe one section. But that's it's really not even the main section. I just know it'll be crazy as a movie. But for right now, yeah, I'm cool with it. Just don't go down that movie path because they have the potential to. It won't be as big, but they have the potential to do something similar to how the Tournament of Power was, where like every week niggas was like, we got to be tuned in. We crashing sites. It won't crash a site unless something crazy happens. But yeah, they have a potential to have like heavy weekly discussions
Yeah,
with these
I
fights.
still remember that the first part of the Jiren and like Ultra Instinct Goku fight when that
Boy,
crashed Crunchyroll, nigga, I
I
remember
had to
that.
go to I had to go to somebody's YouTube live stream
Two live streams,
to find that fight, boy. And it was like 500,000 people in that live stream.
dude. And that was just that one live stream. Mind you, everybody across the world was watching these 30 minutes.
Bro, it
But
was some like bars and clubs that hosted the viewings. I was like, this is insane. I genuinely don't think there'll ever be another anime that reaches that height.
the
Maybe,
only thing I could see,
maybe One Piece,
yeah, I was say
but
maybe like the
but it depends
final
on
like
yeah,
fight of One Piece, but
yeah, but it depends on like if it's like a 1v1 type fight or if it's like a group fight, then it'd be like okay, yeah. But if it's like it depends. It really just depends on what type of fight it is.
the Luffy and Blackbeard fight. Well,
It depends on how.
with how well there was that news. This will be our last like a little redacted, but that news where so One Piece we know is going on a hiatus again after the end of this Egghead arc to make time to animate the Elbaf arc, but they're also changing their episode release format to
To
do
seasonal.
what they say like 26 episodes a year.
Yeah, they're doing the seasonal format, how most animes are now.
So, do we like, love, or redact One Piece redoing their uh, episode release format to the now modern seasonal releasing? I mean, I like it because it's less taxing on the viewer and it doesn't make it like this big responsibility of like, oh my gosh, like I gotta catch up on all of this stuff that happened because they drop weekly, and I'm sure it gives their animators time to since they're now in like the waning like final arcs and stories of uh Oda's story.
Hmm.
You know, they want to make sure like these last few seasons are some heat, which
Yeah.
they still got like another 8 years before the story's done, especially with how they're redoing these seasons. Like
Uh
obviously
huh.
the manga is closer to being done than the anime, but in terms of the animation and story itself, we still got at least another 6 7 years.
I, I don't think it's that far because they still in. Well, I haven't read. I stopped reading the beginning of Elbaf because I was tired of being so far ahead. But I think they're still on Elbaf, or they may have just left Elbaf.
I think I think I believe they're still in Elbaf, but they're on like like another flashback arc, like the God Valley arc, and they're talking
Okay,
about
okay, okay.
rocks because they finally
Yeah, I did
showed
see.
him, and then they're talking about pretty much that story. So there's like a mini
Okay,
story in Elbaf, if I'm correct.
got you. So they're close. Yeah, the anime is close to the manga. I think they're like I would say they're like 2 years behind. Like with the way they would produce it, I think what's going on right now, they'll get to it in like 2 years. So, but I'd say like for that's become seasonal for the same reasons you said.
Mhm. But now we are going to get into our first question that Brother Feet has in his hand, or does he?
Give me 1 second. I gotta find it. Okay. So from the viewers, these were all submitted anonymously. Um, so the first question is: would you rather forever be uncomfortably hot or uncomfortably cold?
Uncomfortably hot because I hate the cold, and being uncomfortably cold to me means your hands are cold, your feet are cold. If those two things are cold, at least for me, I can't do no work. I work outside, or I work in an industry where you're outside most of the time, and if them two shits is cold, you're done. At least when you're hot, you can cool down, you can get some water. A lot of people arguing with the cold is, oh, you can layer, you can do all this other stuff, whatever. Da, da, da. Fuck that. If the hands feet cold, you're not doing shit. So me personally, I'd rather be uncomfortably hot. The only con is I sweat pretty easily, so I'd have to keep a towel on me 25/8. But yeah, give me that heat, dog.
Yeah, I'm the same. I've been through a freeze with no heat, and I've been in summertime with no AC. I will pick the summertime with no AC and a heater on before I choose the cold. So yeah.
Yeah. And with me, so quick story time, or I'm not gonna tell this story. At least we will. Fuck it. Because over the weekend, I basically caught hypothermia. That was one of the scariest slash like worst feelings I ever could have felt. Basically, it's like you can't get warm. You can't because your body temperature is getting colder and colder by the second, and you're just shivering. You're literally like my hands were shaking, body
Yeah.
shivers, t-shirt. I got like a hot shower and was still cold. I
God
was like,
damn.
this is crazy. So, it's like you're doing that. He's like frostbite. Those are extremes, but I just can't do it. Not gonna
Yeah.
be able to do it. All right. So the next question: what are you guys some favorite shows you've seen so far this year?
Um, favorite shows. I'll just say like three I've seen this year. Damn, my mind going
Invincible,
blank.
like that's been some good
Invincible was
TV.
this year.
That was
Damn.
that was some good TV. Obviously, The Boys, or not The Boys. Well, no, that came out 2024. But Gen V this last season, that was some good TV. Kind of going into the MCU realm because there were some shows that came out. Uh, Marvel Zombies,
That was
that was a
good.
good little short.
Yeah. I'll say some for me. Gotcha. Damn. Oh, fuck. Sound like I sneezed.
Got you, Kuda.
Gotcha Yakuta or
Bless you.
Gotcha Kuta. Yeah, I think that's how you're supposed to say it. Y'all know what I'm talking about. That was very good. I've watched it's one on Apple TV, The Last Frontier. That's pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It covers this downed plane that has like all these prisoners on it that land in this Alaskan town. Um, and then it's a lot of shows that came out. I'm
I
blanking right
also
now.
say like your friendly neighborhood Spider Man. That was some good TV. And Daredevil Born Again. I know we're just
Daredevil was
naming a
good.
lot, but there was a lot of
Yeah,
TV that came out, and those are some of my favorites. Oh, also, I don't know how we can forget about this. Alien Earth.
that is another one.
But yeah, that's just some of our favorites. But let us know what are some of y'all's favorite TV, animated or non-animated, that has come out this year, 2025.
All right, next question we have is just in general. It says, which do you prefer, movies or TV shows?
For me, movies because I'm terrible at binging anything, so movies. And I just like going. That's like one of my favorite hobbies. That actually might be my favorite hobby is actually going to the theater and watching a movie. So like movies,
Okay.
without question.
I would say for me, I would say to keep me engaged, TV shows. Um, but I'm the same. One of my favorite hobbies is going to the movies. But I would say it's nothing like a good movie, but then a good TV show that you can watch over a few weeks is just like just beautiful. Before for this, I'll just say my mind said TV shows at first, so I'll just stick with TV shows.
Yeah, that's good. So the next question, the next question is who wins, Broncos or Texans? Well, they're playing right now, so
I think they're
we're gonna
tied.
hold the
So
Broncos, but right or hell no, we're gonna
I'll,
hold the
you
Texans.
better get off this show.
We're
Hell
gonna
no.
hope the Texans. But right now it's tied in the fourth quarter at the time of this recording.
Next question is, what are some animes that everybody loves, but you do not like?
The only reason I'm gonna say this is because I haven't finished it yet. But Gurren Lagann. It's not that. No, actually, I take that back. Fairy Tale. I feel like that's like a people either love or hate that. I don't like it. I tried getting into it when One Piece was on one of their hiatuses, and no, I can't do
It's like a litmus test.
it. Yeah.
I would say one. I don't really have any. I just been like, I do got some shows. I'm like, I refuse. Like after I watch a little bit of it, and I like understand the story more, I just can't watch anymore. Mushoku Tensei. That's a isekai. I can I watched a little bit. And I watched that first season. It was cool, but then it took a turn. The second season, I said, "Hell!" I said, "I cannot watch this." I said, "I cannot comfortably watch this show." So no, no. And you know why I'm saying it. I couldn't comfortably watch that show anymore, bro. So yeah, I would say Mashoku Tensei.
Um. Next question: what are 5 albums to get to know you by?
5 albums.
I can list off. I'm gonna go ahead and list off some right now.
Yeah,
So,
you go.
Enter the 36 Chambers. If you know me, you know I'm a big Wu Tang fan. I'm a big Kung Fu movie fan. In my opinion, they're my favorite rap. Well, not in my opinion. That they're my favorite rap group of all time. I have that album on vinyl right now. So that's one. I would also say, uh, looking up the album name right now, but Project Pat's Mr. Don't Play. That's another album to get to know me by. Uh, Another album is DJ Screw's As the World Turns Slow.
Hmm.
You could argue that's not his best album, but it's it's a good album. So it's pretty much a lot of screw. So it's to a lot of that. Um, C418's Minecraft Alpha. That's
Good
another
boy.
album. And probably my fifth one, uh, damn near any Yeet album, really. But my favorite album of his right now, to get a good gist, I would say is Lifestyle.
Okay.
Because that pretty much has a conglomerate of all his good, like current old Yeet, new Yeet, all into one. So those are my 5 albums.
If I had to say 5 albums to get to know me, I would say Star Time by James Brown. Um, Days Before Rodeo, Travis Scott. Um,
It's a classic.
I'm trying to think of other albums. Probably what's the name of that album? I'm trying to make sure this is the right album. Hendrix by Future.
Mm,
Uh, great
your
album.
future follower?
Yeah, very much so. Um,
If she ain't got an AP, she is not
she is
mine.
not mine. Other albums. I would say, what is that Migos album? YRN2. I think that's the right one. Yeah, YRN2 by Migos.
Mm.
Um, I'm just and another a last album to get to know me. What is honestly just the Attack on Titan soundtrack? I was really I'm blanking on album names right now, so I'm gonna say the Attack on Titan soundtrack. So next question is this is very broad. The next question is, what do you think the world needs more of?
Okay, I'm gonna do a serious answer and I'm gonna do a joke answer. Serious
Okay.
answer is compassion. I think the world needs more compassion right now. We're in a very heightened, intensified world right now where people are kind of walking on eggshells because no one wants to offend the other person, or they don't want to have any level of understanding of what that person's going through. It don't matter what side you're on. So just more compassion in the world. And honestly, my other answer is just uh, more hygiene. I feel like there's a lot of people that just don't know how to clean themselves. especially working in a field where a lot of people don't care to because well, I'm outside anyway. Like walk around people with a bunch of dip in their mouth and smelling like outside and get out.
They got that Zen.
So let's take a soap to your body.
And a
Those are
rag.
my two answers.
What does the world need right now? One, the world needs to drink more water in general. And the world needs to, outside of compassion, just I don't even say do the bare minimum, but just be I think the world needs to just be decent. That's pretty much saying be compassionate, but like people aren't
Just
decent.
more decency. They're
Yeah,
like the
people
world
are
needs
not
more
decent, bro.
decent people.
Yeah. Like and they need more redacted. They need more of us. Me and Dana. That's what else the world needs, more of
Yeah.
us.
Yes, I agree with that 1000%. Next question: most powerful X-Men that's not Darwin or Jean Grey. Well, I can go on the whole
I
list. I mean, you
the
got
next
Storm, you got Rogue, you
I would
have
say Iceman.
Iceman. That's Omega level mutant
That
Magneto.
man, he froze hell. What else can you ask for? A man, he was in hell and froze it. That's. I would say Iceman is the next strongest.
Yeah. My next strongest would be Rogue because she has the power to zap anyone's powers, and so but Iceman, yeah, that's a good one.
So the
And
next
Storm.
question, Storm was a good one. I forgot. I don't know how I left that off. Next, this is a. The next question is that was submitted to us. Emphasis is why is it that when you mess with multiple girls, they always magically turn out to be friends, even when you ain't never seen them together? I want to know who
Oh,
sent that question in.
you said you do know who sent that
I said I
question?
want to know. I don't
Oh,
know.
I
Like,
have no idea who sent that in, but I'm sorry you're going through that.
yeah, that's you
That
going through some
is,
trials and tribulations. It sounds like it.
I just there's a web. They're on the T app actually. That's how they know each other. Well, they can't know because the T app is anonymous.
The way they probably
I have
know
no
is
idea.
you.
That's a good question.
It sounds like it's some karma going on with you, buddy.
Yeah, you sound like the
It sound like
investigator.
it sound like the jig is up, buddy.
Yeah, it sounds
Whatever
like.
you had going on, they are knocking at your door.
Well, the problem is like maybe you need to expand your net. You're fishing in the same pond. You need to go to different ponds, and then that way you're not in this entanglement of well she knows such and such. So damn, now I'm
Mm,
kind of.
they too
And then another
local.
thing is
They've been too local.
you're being too low. That and then just yeah, like if I have a rule of like only one person out of the friend group. You can't be jumping around the friend group knowingly. Now, if
Yeah,
he don't know, I mean,
yeah, that's a
now
story
once you
for a
find
different
that
day.
out, it's donezo, because they talk.
And messing with multiple people at once, that sound too tiring.
It's
That sounds mentally exhausting.
yeah,
Like
that can't be healthy.
you can't be going to sleep comfortably.
That's a lot of energy to dish around. But next question is so kind of similar to the 5 albums, but in this time five. They gave us the option of 5 games, animes, or movies or TV shows to get to know you by.
We can start off with animes, and then we could do. You want to do games or
Yeah,
movies? Which one?
we can do games because we've already kind of done animes kind of multiple times.
Yeah, so we could do 5 games and five movies.
Movies.
Okay, um, so to start off, I'll do 5 movies to get to know me. Transformers one, um, not the animated one, but the first Transformers with Shia LaBeouf. I would also say the Grand Budapest Hotel. I would also add in Winter Soldier. I would want to throw in also, I'd say The Town, Ben Affleck. Um, and then a last movie, Get to Know Me, Treasure Planet.
Those are some good solid ones. So for me, I would say what movie number one? Shaolin versus Llama. That or five deadly venoms. I have a five deadly venom tattoo on my leg right now. That should tell you
He
everything you
does.
need to know. My two favorite kung fu movies of all time. So that's movie number one. Movie number two, Fantastic Mr. Fox. Movie number three, I would say this might be a deep pool, but District 9. For some reason, that movie, that's one of those movies that kind of altered my brain chemistry a little bit. I'm not even going to hold you. Like,
For real.
yeah. For some reason, I just get the urge. I'm like, man, like, this was kind of a good movie. So that be number three. Number four, The Thing, the original Thing. And number five, I would say the original Predator with Arnold Schwarzenegger. So
Okay.
those are my fives. Damn. Honorable mention. I don't know how I forgot about this, but Star Wars. Ain't it really the Star Wars Attack of the Clones? Because Star Wars fans, you can kill me. I like the prequels. I like the prequels. I don't understand. This is a tangent. I'm gonna stop when I'm done. But I don't understand how you can shit on the prequels when we have the requels. As much shit as you want to talk about the prequels, I'm not saying they're perfect movies. They're far from it. But there's no way you're gonna sit here and tell me that the sequels are worse than the requels, especially after the last Jedi. But that's my hot take.
My quick honorable mention, Jurassic Park. I love I love that franchise. And then next part of that question, 5 games to get to know me.
Yeah.
Um, I would say Pokemon Emerald. I would say Super Smash Bros. Brawl.
Mm.
Um, I would say just because I'm playing it so much right now, Marvel Rivals. I would also want to say any of the Arkham games. And then for a fifth one, trying to think, Shadow of War. That's based in the Lord of the Rings universe, and it plays kind of like Arkham. Quick honorable mention: GTA 5. Honestly, GTA 5 and the original GTA on PlayStation. I played that as well. I had that. And then NFL Street. Um, and then damn Hades as well. There's more I could think, but I'll stick with those.
All right. So for me, number one, I'd say Lego Star Wars. Me and my brothers played the shit. We played the shit out of like those three main Lego games. It was like Lego Star Wars, Lego Indiana Jones, and Lego Batman. But my go to was Lego Star Wars. So that's number one. Number two, Halo, specifically Halo 3.
Oh my brain! Why'd I forget Halo?
Halo 3.
Boy, that
Reach
is
is an honorable mention. That's a classic. But Halo 3 is what
crazy.
sparked my love for Halo. Next one, Mario Kart Wii and Super Smash Bros. Or Super Mario Brothers Wii. So I love those co-op games, and me and my brothers was on that daily. And last but not least, um, Dragon Ball Budokai Tenkaichi 2. So I'm like, I gotta have a fighting game in there
I
because we
forget.
was playing that shit
Why did my
we
mind go blank?
all the time. So it's like, yeah, Dragon Ball Budokai Tenkaichi, but any of those like 1v1 fighting games, whether it's that, Mortal Kombat, Dragon Ball Fighter Z, Naruto, Uzumaki, or Ninja Storm. But the first one we played, and we played that shit to death. It was like me, my brothers, and my one of my friends from back home, Steve, because he had it on his PlayStation 2, and we played the shit out of that. We would have sleepovers just playing. We got Tenkaichi 2, 1v1 story modes, all that.
My last little throw in since you said Dragon Balls, I don't know how I forgot. Raging Blast 2. Boy,
Oh
I
yeah.
was a demon on that game, boy. You couldn't tell me. Don't let me pick cooler. Oh man. I was cleaning house. I was cleaning house. Um this question is dumb. I'm a no it no. This question says why why is y'all niggas head so big? Ask your girl. The real next question is who is you all's Mount Rushmore of characters? So, and they put in parentheses your four favorite characters, regardless of franchise, and it doesn't matter live action, cartoon, X, Y, Z, etc.
So this one was tough. I can do mine, but this one was tough for me because it's like, so I'm thinking about characters that not only shaped my childhood, but that have stuck with me. So number one, you already know the answer.
I know.
Ben 10. There's no way I have a Mount Rushmore of all time characters, and he's not on the list. I say this all the time. I mention him. He is the sole reason I wear a watch today because I wanted to be like him as a kid growing up. So number two, Escanor from Seven Deadly Sins. That man is the definition of aura. Anything he was one of those characters. I'm like, the show could have been shit. Actually, it was shit. But I'm a stake through this shit for my nigga Escanor. Everything he said was a bar. Number three, Luffy. I really could have picked any of them characters, but Luffy's being the captain, and he's what got me into my favorite anime of all time, One Piece. And then last but not least, this one was a toss up, but I had to go with John Stewart Green Lantern, which leads me to my honorable mention, Static from Static Shock, because those are like the two first black superheroes I ever seen as a kid on TV. It is like those moments. You're just like, man, like he looks just like me as a kid, and he's doing all this superhero shit. Especially Static, like he was literally just a teenager. I think I probably was like in middle school or elementary school when that show was coming out. But yeah, I was just like, this was some cool shit. My eyes were glued to the TV when that and Justice League Unlimited came on.
Hmm.
But those are my Mount Rushmore, and then honorable mentions: Jotaro Kujo, SpongeBob, and then like I said, Virgil Hawkins, and then Jon Snow from Game of Thrones. But
Okay, okay. For my Mount Rushmore, this is a list that probably will change later on, but right now, my Mount Rushmore characters: Vegeta. If you know me, to this day, I say Vegeta, and it's not even a guess. This is facts. Vegeta's the best written character in Dragon Ball Z. Um, and then just seeing his story arc throughout the whole series, the way he's been able to change and develop, that stuck with me ever since I seen him in the anime. Next character I would say is Percy Jackson. I was a fiend for them Percy Jackson books, boy. I'm really about to rebuy them all because I used to have them all, but I don't know what happened to them. But seeing Percy, reading Percy, excuse me, Percy Jackson, seeing his trials and tribulations, how he had to go through literally fight after fight after fight just to one prove himself that he's worthy to exist, and then also change the world is was just great to see. Another one, Aaron, Attack on Titan. Look, he ain't do nothing wrong for real, but
yes,
on
he
the
did. He's an idiot.
he
I'm a
definitely did.
I'm a hot take. Now, if that's my hot take, I don't give a fuck. That man is an idiot. I don't stand by what he did.
He admitted it. He never said he was smart. He admitted it in the final scene. He said, "I'm not the smartest person. I don't know why I got this power." So you're not saying nothing he didn't already say. But
But I'm saying
Aaron,
shit that people apparently don't agree with. Like they're like, "Oh man, like Derry did nothing wrong." Like I'm like, no, there's. I'm sorry, that's a whole other tangent, but
yeah, but Aaron, he's he's on my list just because one, Attack on Titan was outside of Dragon Ball Z and like the biggest animes. That was probably like my first real time like deep diving into anime. It's crazy that Attack on Titan was like my first real deep dive because I remember watching it in 20 because it came out 2013. I remember starting it like that summer because I was at my brother's crib for like a few weeks because I went and visited him. And then I remember the person who actually put me onto it was Ronaldo because we were still in high school. Ronaldo was like, "Hey, check out this anime called Tackle Shot." I said, "All right." I remember watching that junk every like because I was behind, so I was binging like every day, midnight, 11 p.m. watching it. Low key scared because I'm like, bro, these Titans kind of crazy. Like, so yeah. And then last character, I'd say Optimus Prime. That's definitely just the way he embodies leadership and everything. For my honorable mentions, I put Magneto just because Magneto's probably one of my favorite mutants in general. I also have Wolverine. Um, Outside of that, I have Sukuna. He wouldn't be on my Mount Rushmore, but it's a gauntlet he goes through in the manga that you will see when he gets animated. I said, "All right, bro, he's goaded." I said, "I don't." I said, "He's goaded, bro." Um, and then I also have I had Jon Snow as well. So that's my Mount Rushmore at the moment.
nice, nice. All right, I think you had the question next.
Okay. Next question is it said what happened to the lost episode, and the lost was in quotation marks. If this is who I think it is, the only lost episode we have is sitting with you. So if that's who I think it is, that episode with you. So
Yeah,
the only other lost episode I could have had is I don't know any other one.
probably that when we recorded at DreamCon and we never posted it. We was all like drunk as hell at the house.
Oh, bro, I don't even know where that is. It might
That's the only one because I agree. I'm like the only lost episode we have is home is Buddy we're talking about,
throw it
and
off.
then that other one.
Allegedly, allegedly. I don't know where that. I honestly, it might be on my other old laptop.
Mm,
I still have it, but I'd have to turn that. I haven't turned that laptop on like a year. Um, but yeah,
okay. Another question we got. I'm gonna ask this. We're not gonna answer it because it's a bullshit question. It's
okay.
6, 7, or 21. Neither. Next question. Life on the line. You need someone from ZZ to answer your phone and live. Who are you picking?
Life on the line. I know who I'm not calling. Hey, I'll say it on here. I'm not calling Bossy. He not answering that phone, boy.
If I need,
He go
yeah,
Bossy
unfortunately.
gonna answer a week later, and it's gonna be somebody sending him your eulogy. Like that nigga not answering. Um, who would I call? If I wasn't already calling Dana, the only other person, well, not only other person, but the next person I could think of to call is probably like Steven.
Yeah, it's either like you, Steven, or Jax.
Yeah, that's who I could just think of. That's who I can think of like usually when I call him they immediately answer. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Bossy.
Yeah. Good
You're
luck.
not.
Yeah. Good luck.
You're not. You're lucky if that shit rings.
Facts. Ne- next question. It says, in your opinion, who played the best Batman? I'm guessing they're talking live action.
Live
So
action. In my personal opinion, I think the best portrayal of live action Batman on screen, and this might be a hot take, is Robert Pattinson.
I'm not mad at that because that's what I was about to say. I was about to say if we're talking purely Batman, not
I think
Bruce
it's
Wayne, not if we don't encompass everything, I would say Pattinson. If I'm thinking about everything like Bruce Wayne, I would probably still say
it's pretty close between like Michael Keaton and Robert Pattinson. I mean, and then Christian Bale. He was a good Bruce Wayne
yeah, I
and
think he
Batman.
had my I think he was my favorite Bruce Wayne. But yeah, I would say Pattinson personally.
Cause like I was like the Batman's arguably the best Batman movie ever made. If we're talking strictly live action Batman movies, that's probably is up there. That
Yeah.
and the Dark, because before it was the Dark Knight to me, I'm like, ain't nothing touching that. And then the Batman came out, and I'm like, yikes, your seat has been dethroned. So those are my answers. Next is, what's your biggest pet peeve in the anime community?
Biggest pet peeve. Um, I think my biggest pet peeve is when people will be like, "Oh, you don't know what happened on chapter 647 on the corner of this page. You don't know this show or you don't know this." I'd be like, "Bro, shut the hell up." Who gives honestly, who gives a fuck? Like, bro, because it's like a lot of like it's a lot of elite almost elitism of in the sense where some people in the community they'll be like, "Oh, you haven't seen 30 animes, you don't know nothing." I'm like, bro, watch what you want to watch, bro. I People should watch what they want to watch instead of watching stuff they don't want to watch and getting mad that they don't like it. That's the problem with stuff. People don't turn the damn shit off when they don't like it. They keep watching. If you don't like what you're watching, go to something
I've
else.
watched recently, but yeah, like you have the free will to turn the TV off. But
Some of them act like they don't.
I was saying what my biggest pet peeve is just people that shame dub listeners. And like I agree with your elitism point, but just in terms of another one, yeah, people that just shame dub listeners, I think that's one of my biggest pet peeves because it's like there's good sub and there's good dub.
Yeah,
There's also bad dub and bad sub. And
exactly.
none is, in my opinion, there's none that's really superior to the other. Like prime example, I think Death Note is the probably one of the best dubbed animes ever made. And then you brought up Gachi Kuda. I haven't watched that dub. I might watch it now, but like I've
That dub
heard that's a
amazing,
really good
boy.
dub. One Punch Man. I cannot, for the life of me, watch that dubbed. That's probably some of the worst dubbed ever. Well, I don't want to say worst dubbed ever, but
But it's bad.
it's just like that's not Saitama to me. Like the though, and I'm not. There's nothing taken away from them, but it's just like I resonate with the story more subbed than dubbed. And I'm more of like a completionist. Like if I've started one way, I want to finish it that same way, unless I'm forced to change. And
Yeah.
it's just so happens that a lot of the stuff is subbed. Like when I started One Piece, I started it dubbed. And when I had to get to that fork in the road of it being dubbed and subbed, I was like, shit, like, do I want to keep watching this story or wait 5 months when they finally dubbed this shit in it? But I'm like 3 whole arcs behind.
Hmm.
So I made that decision and like I'm used to the dub now. And I feel like now it's at a point where the dub is kind of caught up with the sub, or like they're a lot better where you don't have to wait as long. But yeah,
Yeah.
that dub and sub elitism or comparison or shaming, the dub shaming needs to stop. because it's still anime at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And then people, this is like a lesser one, but people that power scale, more so like irresponsibly power scale, like they'll say like, oh, like Luffy, he's not universal, but uh Naruto, he can smash, he can cut the whole fucking. They'll say some outlandish shit. I'm like, nigga,
I'll say the only reason that doesn't bother me as much when it's comedic. When you
yeah,
could tell
like
somebody like
when it's
when
funny,
somebody like truly you could see it in their eyes, you can see it when they type it. like damn, he truly upset. That's why I'd be like, calm down, bro.
yeah.
But when it's comedic, because like I'll say something right now. This is a side note. Somebody had made a thing after the movie, the Chainsaw Man movie. They said Bakugo versus Reze, who wins? And when I tell you, that's been some of the funniest tweets I've ever seen in my life right now. Because, bro, it's been people making full blown like panels of like fights. They've been making animations of it, and see, like that's funny. Like it's been artists that are like serious artists that got like hundreds of thousands of followers who've seen the post and they're like, nah, let me step in. And they've been making full blown art of like them fighting. So that's funny to me. But when it gets to the point where you're just like you're genuinely upset, I'd be like, relax, bro.
Yeah, because this is like, come on, man, you're taking this too serious. It's cartoons at the end of the fucking day.
Yeah.
But
The
let's move on.
yeah, next question it ties in to this. It says anime tropes you hate. I'll say one right now. Anime tropes you hate. I hate that brother sister like shit some shows be doing randomly where it'll be like the brother just love the sister a little too much. You're just like,
Oh, bro, I'm why? Because I'm thinking of Mosh. You know that one character with the blue hair, and he has that sister where he just
yeah,
is like nonchalantly obsessed with her. I'm
yeah. Or
like,
like
this
or
is
like
like
in Black Clover,
strange.
I don't even remember old buddy name that's on the Black Bulls, but the way he obsessed over like his sister, I can't stand that trope, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I be wanting to turn shit off, or I'd be like, bro, I don't even want to watch this shit, bro.
For me, you might guess this already, but for me, it's like the weak MC. I, for the life of me, cannot stand that shit. Tokyo Avengers, I'm talking to yo ass. But yeah, and it's because that's I just yeah. For me, I hate that because it's just like, dude. Because and then with that, you have these voice actors and these animators that just like are crying and they're just like over the top crying and bitching about getting their ass beat. I'm like, bro, do something about it. That's why I didn't like Deku for a good minute because he was always getting his ass beat and crying. I'm like, stop all this damn crying. But now at least he's getting stronger. Like he was making progress of getting stronger and stronger and
Yeah,
is making change.
yeah. I would
Takamichi
say,
wasn't doing that shit. He just was getting his ass beat and making shit worse.
yeah, I would say another trope is when it's like, and this is the reason I start watching Mushoku Tensei, when I mentioned earlier, because it's a isekai. So he start off in Earth and he goes to a different world, but when he died on Earth, he was 30. When they teleported him, he still had the mind of a 30-year-old, but he was putting a child. And I said, uh, and it like at the beginning, it wasn't nothing crazy. Like he was a kid, he was just doing stuff. He wasn't messing with nobody for real. But then that second season, it was like a single episode where he said or did something. I said, hell no. I said, fuck no. I said, I can't watch this shit. So when they do like that age, it's like two. I don't even know how to describe it. That pedo shit. That's the only way I can think. That's the only thing that cut on mine. That
Yeah,
that
that's
that
another trope. I'm like,
that
I don't
borderline,
know
like,
what it is with Japanese culture and like
yeah,
just
like
doing that
that.
shit. I'm like,
That shit
that's
make my
strange.
chest be like,
That and
nah,
I'm
man.
also starting to get tired of like the Team Seven trope, or like you got your three students in Sensei.
I like that trope. I can't lie. I fuck with that one. I fuck with that trope heavy.
those things where I'm not. It's not like I'm not like dead feet in the sand, like hard on that. But it's just like, all right, now, like it's just an easy tie to like Naruto or something. It's like the parallel is like too easy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. I would say last trope, all my tropes are kind of connected. Last trope is like when a character is overly horny, like where it's like I can't damn near watch the show because they all 'cause I know this motherfucker about to pop up and just ruin a scene or something. I'd be like, yeah, like just you don't got like sometimes like you don't need all that. Just tell the story. Like just tell the story.
yeah.
But yeah,
So next question is, when will Feek settle down? This is a popular question. I feel like we keep getting this question
that is a question that
every year.
every time we do these, some that question
Someone
is
asked
asked
that.
in some form or fashion. And I'll
The
say
people
what
want to know, Feek. The people want
I
to know.
shoot, I settle down. All I do is go to work. All I do
He's
is
like, I'm already settling
I'm
down.
I'm settled down. I just don't have a wife. That's the only difference. I go to work. I go work out. I mean,
Hey,
somebody come along,
this
then
man is
then I'm settled
no
down.
drama, good looking guy, simple. He
What
can
they
cook, he can
what they
clean. He's
what they
like
ask
that. He don't
what they
eat pork. The nigga Muslim. He's got discipline.
what they asking is Wafik single? If that's the question y'all wanted to ask, y'all could have put that. Yes, but that's what you
Oh
wanted
man.
to ask. That's the answer. Um, next question is: if y'all were in a Scooby Doo van, what type of adventure would you go on? Like if we were in the Scooby Doo squad, what type of adventure would we go on?
Man, I don't want to do like some Lord of the Rings type shit. Like go through the miles, go to like these different villages or things, and like ultimately get to the, you know, get to the volcano with Toaster, or just something to that, like go on like a hero's journey type shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if Scooby Doo actually doing that, but
I would want to do almost like a Monster Hunter type deal, like
mm.
any type of what do they call it? Is it cryptids? Where like each region has a
Oh
certain
yeah,
like
yeah.
is it called
Cryptids,
cryptid?
like the
Or
secret, like
each
secret
region has
Saturday.
a yeah. I would want to do some like we go into each country or each region of the world that has like a certain monster entity type thing and try to find it. I'm if I'm being honest, like we going to find Nessie, we going to find the Loch Ness monster. We about to go find Bigfoot. We find a Yeti, all them stuff on overseas that they got over there. I don't know all the names. We finding all that stuff. That's what type of adventures I would want to go on.
Man, that'd be pretty tough. Next question is, what's one thing? I'm assuming they meant you. Like, what's one thing you do if you could do anything in your life?
Loaded question.
What's the one thing I could do? If I could do anything, I'm assuming like I'm like, let's just say we're like Bruce Wayne, unlimited money, unlimited resources.
Okay.
We have unlimited resources. What's the one thing you could do?
One thing I would do, honestly, unlimited resources. It's a
Nigga
lot.
turned into Spider Man.
Shoot me up. Boy, I was about to, oh shit. I was about to say something crazy. One thing I would do, I would definitely want an Iron Man type suit. Oh, they just said one thing. I was about to say multiple things. Okay. If I could only have do one thing, maybe like start a movie studio or something. I don't know. Like I was about to say some philanthropist type thing, like, oh, make this nah, bro. I could do that with what other thing else I do. Yeah, I
Yeah,
would say like a either movie production type thing or even like
I'd live on the moon, honestly. I'd be like, sit my ass. I'd make them. I'd No bullshit. If I had unlimited resources, I would make a base, a moon base, where I would have my
Bro,
base of operations on the moon.
honestly, if I had unlimited resources, scratch that movie production. Nigga, I want I want a Star Wars freaking warship battleship. I want the Death Star.
Yeah. If we're understanding this question correctly, yeah,
Yeah.
send me to
Give
the
me the
moon.
Death
Give
Star
me
or
the.
give me a personal transformer. Get Let me get Grimlock. Oh yeah. I'm boy. Yeah.
All right.
Um the I got only two more questions. So next question is with the uh, I really don't want to ask this. Okay, next question. I'm gonna ask anyway. Next question is with the new big three ending Demon Slayer. They put it in parentheses. I can't even. Okay, okay, because I'm trying to figure out how they word this question. Okay. Side note. Let me answer this one. Like start off. Cause I have something to say. All right. So the next question is with the new big three ending or ended, they put in parentheses Demon Slayer, My Hero Academia, and Jujutsu Kaisen. Any predictions on the new big three or breakout animes? Um, First part of the question, I want to say I don't think there is a new big three. There's just the big three, which was Bleach, Naruto, and One Piece. Every time somebody brings up like new big three, I'm like that's not really how it works. But I would say with those three that you just mentioned being some of the most popular at the moment, um, what are some ones that will be more popular coming soon? I would just say Gotcha Kuda,
I was
Don
thinking that.
Don, Freerin. Those are the three that come to mind at the moment.
Those are literally my three too. Like I can't think of anything else. The only reason why I wouldn't say One Punch Man is just because their release schedule. They and technically they came out in 2023, but like they just take so long to put out new seasons.
Yeah.
By the time they put out a season, niggas forgot about the first two or previous content. So, but yeah, I couldn't agree more with those two you just named.
Did you have any
Next
more
question.
questions?
Yeah, I got three more. So the next question, this is almost like a two-parter. So, what does Loki season two ending being the God of Stories mean for the MCU ultimate storyline if the multiverse is ultimately determined by him? So that's the first part, and then second part is why would he make himself lose to lift up the Avengers? So first part of that question, uh, hmm, I mean, at the end of the day, we've already had our like theories on like how they're going to transition to like the new universe. Because my theory is he's kind of holding this title until Doom shows up, and it's going to be him. So it's like he can be the god of stories, but Doom gonna pop up in that bitch, and it's just gonna be like, yeah, no, this is mine
Yeah.
now.
And I would say a little bit with the way the MCU is using him, I feel like it's more so he's the anchor. They're treating him more so as the anchor of the timelines more so than the actual like I'm rewriting every timeline. Um so that's the only slight difference I would say. And that kind of leads into that second part of that question was like why would he write the Avengers? I think it was saying why would he have
It's
the
like, why
Avengers
would
like
he make
beat him?
himself lose to lift up? I guess, like, yeah, why would he lose to lift up the Avengers?
Yeah. Well, one, this is a different Loki than the one we met in the that timeline because that one's dead. That's it is 100% fact he's dead. That version of Loki. Um, so I would say it's more so it had to happen because if it didn't happen, it would have caused the what is it?
Like a Nexus event.
Yeah, it would have caused a Nexus event.
So, next question. Unless you have one.
I had one more. It's very broad, but It said the last question I have is who is the funniest person on the internet right now? That's
I feel like that's so subjective because it depends on
yeah.
the person's humor. So like the funniest person on the internet right now to me is oh my god.
I would say it's Drewski
Yeah,
or
but Juicy, that nigga,
that. That
that
nigga
nigga
hilarious.
funny as shit, dude. His stand up is one thing, but his skits, them some of the funniest shits ever.
Yeah, there's this one guy I follow. This is very, but it's niche. One guy I follow on I think I sent him, but he just pretty much does like short videos talking about series, and he just like it's the one of the white it's the white dude where he's just like in the suit and he's just like
Oh
the
yeah, he's
creators
like,
talking
so
about
what if
yeah
we put someone in a tube and pump them up with metal and then
yeah or what would we call this man that's bitten by a spider? Oh my god, that he I cry laughing at everything he posts, but yeah, it's
I would say
subject. I
another
guess
dude I think is like funny that I watched. I forgot his like tag name, but he's the one who like recorded himself in the car and always saying like, "Oh my brother."
oh I think I know who you're talking about. I think I know who you're talking.
That nigga's funny. But yeah, in terms of like the name brand like comedian like internet comedians that are not Drewski,
Yeah, I couldn't.
I don't like follow them.
Yeah, I mean, only other person I would say is maybe like Shane Gillis, but he hasn't really done any internet stuff. He's only been doing like interviews and stand up here and there now or commercials. So
Yeah.
yeah,
So next question is Doctor Strange I think it's like another two-part or two, but is Doctor Strange the anchor being of the MCU because the ancient one said he is meant to be the best of us, or is it someone else among those who never died? I'm gonna answer this question. No, he's not the anchor being because he's not fucking Sorcerer Supreme, and they need to make him Sorcerer Supreme and not make it fucking long. They need to dead that joke right now. So no, maybe if he was Sorcerer Supreme, then maybe, but no, it's not him. In my opinion, the 616 anchor beam is Spider
Spider
Man.
Man, Spider Man. Yeah, that's I feel the same way. Um, I think the anchor being Spider Man. If it's not Spider Man, then I can't really guess. They might say
Sam
Kamala Khan.
Wilson
I could honestly, outside of Spider Man, I could see them saying Kamala Khan is the anchor being.
is
Just
one
with
of
kind of
those.
how they've been using her a little bit more
Yeah.
and stuff. So those are only two I could see them at this point saying.
hmm And then my next question is Naruto or Dragon Ball Z the greatest anime of all time in terms of of being legendary? That's the first part. And the second part is are they overrated compared to lesser known anime? So first part of that question, uh,
The greatest anime ever is neither one of those. It's Attack on Titan. And secondly, the and I'm gonna stick with that fact. But no, I would say in in terms of I don't even remember the question.
like being is Naruto or Dragon Ball Z the greatest anime of all time in terms of
Oh,
being legendary? Like if it was
if
out of those,
so,
what's more
I'm
legendary?
just compare. If we're comparing those two, I would say Dragon Ball Z is more legendary than Naruto.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. Like I think they're now both of them has had a immense impact on the community, all communities, niggas, blacks, Asians, whites, everybody,
Mexicans.
everybody. So I just feel like Dragon Ball Z has had the greater impact and older and because you have Dragon Ball and then Dragon Ball Z, you have
Dragon Ball Super,
Super,
GT,
like all these mediums where it's just kind of like Naruto,
and
where the
then
stories are like
Shippuden,
Naruto Shippuden, and then Boruto.
Boruto. Yeah. And
So
I would say just from the eye test, I would say Dragon Ball Z is a little bit more noticeable at this point. Not by a lot. I think Naruto closed the gap, but I think just comparing those two and nothing else, I would say Dragon Ball Z.
yeah, I agree with those 100%. And then, are they overrated compared to lesser known anime? I mean,
I wouldn't say I wouldn't say they're overrated. I mean, you already know my opinion on what the greatest anime is. And it won an award. They made a whole award. They said the anime, like it was like cultural impact award. They said which has anime has had the biggest cultural impact. And you know who won it? Attack on Titan. Need I say more? But I would say the only other animes for real, if I'm being honest, that would compare to that is like One Piece. Um,
especially right now because One Piece is still air. I mean, so is Bleach, but Bleach
yeah,
is
but I would
kind of
say
like
one.
the lesser known of the,
Yeah,
or not lesser known, but just less popular of the big three itself. And then we know Dragon Ball Z supersedes all three of those.
yeah, I would say if we're just comparing those, then yeah, I would say One Piece will probably be the closest to those. And then if we want to go like deeper cuts, that's when I would say Attack on Titan. For real, for real.
So with those questions, we're now gonna get into our redacted rule for the pod. So redacted rule for me is just have a more compassion. Just go about your day. And I know that's easier said than done, especially in the world we living in right now. But it takes nothing to just, you know, show compassion to others. Be understanding. Um, you know, head before your hands or before your mouth. Like, if someone's pissing you off, you have the free will to tune them out or metaphorically turn that TV off. So just be more compassionate in a world full of hate. So that's my redacted rule.
And my redacted rule: drink water. Y'all need to drink more water. Y'all looking dehydrated, and it's getting cold, so you're gonna think you don't need water, but you do. So drink some water.
Yes, 1000%. With that being said, it's been your boy Dana Dane,
Been your boy Wafik.
and we out.
Peace.
Recipes call me, I'ma show 'em how to shoot. On the 4-5, jump in the ass, my crew. Yeah, I'm step with a fan, keeping all of the hoes on mute. Pull up part, could be yellow with a brew. 48 vert, quick burns. Crazy 8s in the back, yeah, the trunk on hot like a cue. 40 on me when I'm in the backseat. Blotter, paper pre-cup. Chris make juice, it'll drop like ink. Chain came with a clean plate, came with a sink. The Temperature came with a mate. Charcoal's white like paint. My hoe by the hoe, cause she know it's my king. Hit on my side, cause I drop a song. Think you should hit up the link. The phenotype came from the pink Colombian thing. Yeah, the genetics unique. Cellular right on the beat. I'm teaching the hoe like I'm Play-Doh. I got the veggies like by the tomato. You got a Mexico making Alfredo. I put a bag on a hoe on my payroll. I get active at night, then I lay low. The salmon was breaded with panko. Struck in my soup, I believe it was mango. Got my Soviet clutching the Draco. It was bacon, we taking your cake though. I got the tree like a poplar. I've been at Tim, ain't no